Okay, so if you're still with the video, I wanted to just take a little closer look at these guys, unless of course you've already seen them, but just in case. There's that Duke. It's always so funny to try and keep the thoughts going in my head to keep them to myself, because I want to save them for actual videos for these guys. But there's Snake Eyes. Definitely quite a bit of guns and weapons and all that kind of stuff right there. And then there's Storm Shadow. And then of course I'm sure you guys have seen this, but just in case, here's the Shock Trooper. So there's a closer look at the haul of Wave 3 that I was able to find. And then closer look at this. And hopefully you can see, even though there's not a Cobra symbol on there, I think that will make a pretty good body if I end up using this for my Pursuit of Cobra Commander, even though the chrome would be hidden by this right here. It's just the red and the black, just really good, does good. And I wish there was a Cobra symbol somewhere on the chest, but maybe I can get a repo from CobraStickers.com to be able to put on there that will stay on there somewhere. So then I got the comics in better organization, I believe. So I'll have to go back and see if I've read issue 20, 21, and 22, because there's usually such a space in between when I get to a comic store, because normally I'm trying to save funds for other things like grown-up bills and all that kind of stuff, and then of course all this Pursuit of Cobra stuff that's coming out. But I was able to find 23 today, so this is issue number 23 of the main G.I. Joe line of comics that IDW is coming out with. Then this is number 24. And it'll be interesting once I'm able to read this comic or not, because right now seeing that mask, it's making me think of a Cobra Claws. So I'm probably wrong, but that's what's popping in my head right now is Cobra Claw. Then we have number 25. Previous one was 24 if I didn't say that. So I believe this is either an updated Viper, or maybe they're actually able to use the Pursuit of Cobra Alley Viper. Maybe that's what it is, but I think this is just a cross between the two possibly, but I think this is just the updated look of the Viper right now. And then I believe we have Snake Eyes. Yeah, so there's another Viper right there. And then if I'm not mistaken, again, just like that Cobra Claws one, this is making me think this is maybe Agent Helix, if I'm remembering right. So that's really nice. And the other thing is, if you don't already know it, comics are able to most of the time put what's on the main, cover any picture they pretty much want to, as far as I know. So it doesn't always have to, the story doesn't have to necessarily have to do with anything that's on the cover, and then the cover doesn't necessarily have to have any connection to the comic, if I'm not mistaken. But this is, I believe, the Baroness, that kind of Cobra symbol looking thing right there. Collar kind of reminds me of Destro's 1980s collar. And then of course she's got the glasses and the black hair, so most likely. And then of course this too looks like the Baroness. I don't have issue number 1 of this, so I'll have to find that. This also is kind of interesting. If I find a comic that has this, I'll try and tell you a little bit more about this. This is pretty cool, I think. I haven't read it yet, so I don't know, but that's pretty cool. Here is number 20 of Origins. It's got the Cobra Commander IDW updated look of him. Then we got some India looking people here, and then a little motif of flowers, it'd be nice to know if this says anything. So I know that there's at least one, maybe two people that are subscribed to me. So if you are from India or you already know how to read this, does this really say something, or is that just decoration? I'm hoping that it says something and that IDW did some research and that possibly says something. So if anyone from India is watching this video, please leave me a comment whether this says anything or not. I would really appreciate that. That would be really nice. So I'm not really a fan of this Cobra Commander. Maybe if they made a figure of him, it would probably grow on me, because I really do like the look of Rise of Cobra Commander when he's on the shelf, or I'm going through my G.I. Joes and I see him in package. Just looks really cool. He's really grown on me. I mean, I'm still a huge fan of Battle Helmet Cobra Commander, and if they make an updated look of that Cobra Commander, I'm going to be all over it. And I was just talking to Dave of One of Three Nights. Sorry, I'm always thinking, how to say that. But when I was talking to Dave, One of Three Nights, I was telling him how I'll try to be really good right now to save money, and I possibly won't be able to get any of the Sideshow 1/6 highly detailed figures. But if they come out with a Battle Helmet Cobra Commander, I have to break that rule. I have to get it. It's just, that nostalgic feel, but also he just looks so good, in my opinion, with that battle helmet and his uniform and everything. So, this possibly could grow on me, but right now it's not really anything I'm too much of a fan of. But that was number 20 of IDW's main line of comics for G.I. Joe. And then we have number 21. Nice pose of the Cobra Commander, even though I'm not a big fan of his. And then we've got an updated Crimson Guard. And then we have the Cobra Trooper right there. So then here's number 22 of G.I. Joe Origins. So we've got Destro, Major Blood, the Baroness, and Zartan. Here's number 23 of Origins. We've got Duke. I'm thinking Sergeant Stalker, or possibly Roadblock, but I think it's Sergeant Stalker. We've got Scarlet, the Snake Eyes. And no offense, I'm no expert at drawing or anything, but not really. I guess she looks hardened, so that's kind of cool, but that's not a very attractive Scarlet, if I may say. So then we have number 8, or actually it's number 9, sorry. Number 9 of Cobra, the G.I. Joe comic. It used to be called Cobra 2, but then it became an ongoing series, so now it's just called Cobra. Then here's number 10. And this is of Cobra as well. There's Chuckles on the front. If I'm not mistaken, this is Serpentor, and this is the updated look of Scoop that was on issue number 9. I just realized I didn't point that out. Then we have Chuckles again. I'm not sure who this is yet. Also on Cobra, issue 11. Looks like he's either trying to push somebody back or he's getting ready to punch somebody, because his hand could be back here ready to come towards the person. Then here is G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero, that basically is supposed to be taking place right after what happened in the last issue of the Marvel G.I. Joe Real American Hero. And it's actually written by, if I can find it, where is it? There it is, Hama, I believe is how you say his name, no offense. That was 160 if I didn't say that. It's about 6:30 in the morning, that's why I'm kind of tired.